up to
you're gonna
it.
slap going up on that stage.
You're not going up on that stage. You're not
bullying
anyone here.
And-
In fact, you're gonna cower in your chair like this.
I'm leaving.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen here out of Indie Music TV. The Biden administration endorses transgender youth sex change operations, top surgery, and hormone therapy. President Biden's administration has released a series of documents encouraging gender reassignment surgery and hormone treatments to minors. What do you think, pal?
What do you mean encouraging?
Go
get this done. What do you mean encouraging?
That's great.
You know, as far as a guy who believes in the law of natural order, I think this is nonsense. What do you want from me? And don't get mad at me either, because it's my opinion. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to freaking come to your yard and get mad, so leave me alone. But I think it's nonsense. What do you mean encouraging?
Rick, definitely check out Brunzell's book.
We go from Jim Brunzell to this.
Go! Go get one! Get a sex change!
It's one little snippy. You can come up with like a song and stuff, you know?
can do it!
You can do it.
Oh,
go for
man,
it,
this country, boy.
Yeah, we're...
All right, big news of the week. Everybody knows on Hollywood's biggest night, as he presented the award, the best documentary feature, he made a joke. We're talking about Chris Rock made a joke
we're talking about this.
Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. And I guess Will got upset. And he decided to lay a slap on
Stop it.
Chris Rock.
Work. Let's have at it. Go ahead. Tell me how real it was. Absolute bull. The funniest part is after he hits him, he's walking back. Look at his face. And then when he's sitting down in a chair, oh, should be effing bringing my wife to... Look at his wife. She's not taking seriously. Everybody stop. Just stop.
PJ brings up a good point on the last subject. He says, do whatever you want, but don't make me pay for it. He's right. But you will, PJ. Trust me.
Isn't that the bummer?
All right, dude. At first, I thought it was a work, too. I thought it was a work.
Just stop.
But I really... Okay. There's a couple real bad problems here, though. All right?
Yeah.
First of all, when does a man, a man feel that they have the right to put their hands on another man?
Well,
See, there's women out there. Hear me out on this. There's women on social media saying, I wish my husband would stand up to me like that. It's a different scenario. It's not like you're sitting at a bar, or you're going in the store, and someone's like hitting on you and talking nasty to you. This is the Oscars where the host is a comedian, and it's kind of funny stuff. And with all due respect, Jada Pinkett Smith looks gorgeous with her alopecia.
Sure.
Right? She carries that pretty well.
Alopecia?
Right?
Yeah, okay.
But
go ahead.
The ghost, Chris Rock has kids. It's embarrassing.
So does Heath Slater. Boo-hoo. What?
Dude.
This is such a work. It's a work. Stop it. It's a total work. And, everyone's falling for it.
Davio says Laurel and Kaufman did it first.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so obvious, too. And you know what? It was brilliant because everybody's having an internet finger-spraying moment. You know? By the way, how did Don Rickles ever get through his entire career insulting people without getting slapped? You know why? Because they weren't smart enough to think about doing something like this. That's why.
What are you gaining? Oh, by the way, Big Fat Whale's bank account.
I love the big fat empty. Yeah, the big fat whale's empty bank account.
Back in the house. Whales. Welcome, buddy.
There you go.
Why would you think you'd waste your time with a work?
What? What do you mean? They didn't waste their time. Billions more people now are paying attention to them currently. It added to their fame and notoriety. Cha-ching!
Their fame. They're as famous as you can be.
Oh, there's no such thing as that. You can always be more famous. And Vince would be the first one to tell you, Monty.
I gotta disagree with you
well,
on this
that's
one,
okay.
man.
That's okay.
All right, so
I smell work, but that's me.
suspend
I thought it
disbelief.
was hilarious. I
Suspend-
did suspend
no, suspend disbelief.
It was a
here.
good slap.
All right, hold on.
He did a good job. You know.
In the Pharaoh's mind, say, okay, it's real.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
say it's real.
What right does another man have to take the dignity of another man like that in front of
think
an
we-
audience of millions?
I think we both already know that if somebody did that to me live, I would destroy them.
Do you think
So
Chris
the
Rock
fact that
did a
he
good
just
job by
he
not
just
doing
stood
that?
there and just went, you know, yeah, okay, you know, Jeff, you want to chime in? You're shaking your head. What would you?
Maria Davis is saying Will was off balance. If you looked close, Chris played the work.
Absolutely, he sold that, and the throw was
He actually
good.
no-sold it. He no
I thought he sold it
stood
because
there.
he went with it. No, he didn't. He veered.
Yeah, and
to
then he
the-
popped right back up.
Well, yeah, because you didn't want to lose anything. in
That's
the whole
called that's called an AEW no-sell.
that was both the one lost face. Don't you get it?
So it's a 50-50
It's a
booking?
50-50 booking.
50-50 booking
Absolutely,
in
Jeff.
acting.
What did you want to say?
You know, say what you want about me, goof what you want about me.
Yeah.
Don't you ever talk about my wife,
Oh,
or you're dead.
Well,
Right.
Let me ask you a question,
Okay.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in an award ceremony. There's a roaster. You're somewhat famous. You're the producer of Monte The Pharaoh. You're actually now famous. So you're there, and the comedian makes fun of your wife. You're going to get upset?
I'm going to put my finger up and let him know that that joke stops
that's
right
not
now.
that's not what we. You're gonna walk up there and smack him in the face, and you think you're not gonna get smacked back if it's real?
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah, I know.
This was
What
this
are we
was the-
talking about here? You know, because you could go up there. I believe you that you could go up there and be like, "Don't say that
JC,
slap."
hey,
but
look.
the guy on the slapping end is just gonna stand there.
Jamie
like,
C. You know
give
Jamie
me a-
C.
Not in my world.
You know Jamie C.
No.
You already got a fan. Jeff is right. Oh my God.
I
you already
agree
got someone
with Jeff.
agreeing with you.
I agree with
There we
Jeff
go.
in principle.
There'll
That's
be more.
what made this whole thing. You see, at the bottom of a work has to be a great story, and that's a great story. Don't joke about my wife. Anyone can relate to that. What a brilliant work
No.
this
And have-
was.
and have you heard-
Just
and-
brilliant.
Here's what I think. If the-
Brilliant,
if-
right, Matt? Brilliant.
You are convincing me.
Hold
yeah.
on. Maybe I could speak. Maybe I could speak for
It
1
is
second.
Monty.
Hold on.
And the Pharaoh. Go ahead.
If the other Rock was on the stage and said the same thing to Jada Smith, Will Smith would have took his wife's hand and said, "F you," and walked out of the
right.
Oscars.
He's not walking up
Yes.
to the
You know,
rock.
so as much as you want to brag that you better not talk about my wife, that's talking to Chris Rock at 5'3".
Right.
If it's the Rock,
Yeah, you're not-
Jeff.
yeah, you're
you'll
not-
probably go.
You're not.
You don't talk to my wife that way.
And go
I'm
the other
leaving,
way.
and
And
I'm
go the-
leaving.
go
Brock
the other
Lesnar.
way.
If Brock Lesnar's on that stage and he says raunchy to your wife, you going up on that stage
I'm
and do
not.
something?
I'm not going up on that.
I may not slap him, but I might
You-
walk
no,
up
you're
to
gonna
him.
You're
slap
not
him.
going up on that stage.
You're not going up on that
You're not
stage.
going
You're not
up on
bull anyone here.
and-
In fact, you're going to cower in your chair like this.
I'm leaving.
But let's
I'm not
remember
even
one other
saying.
thing. One other thing. Chris Rock is all of his next appearances.
Yeah.
They're all sold out.
Of course they are.
They're sold out anyway.
They would have been sold out anyway.
Come on, man.
Either way, you know.
Maria Davis is exact, Monty. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah.
All the tough guys.
But here's the best part, though. Here's the best part.
I'll defend my wife. I'll defend my girlfriend.
Again, I just think it was work. So at the end of the day, though, no matter what this was, if they're smart, they'll make a movie together.
It's all about them patting each other on the back. It's not the integrity is gone out of the Oscars and just Hollywood in general. So I tune out personally.
Was I supposed to do the, hey, Matt, you want to get on the mic and do Bartman one last time for us? It is his last show, after all. I figured we'd have.
It would be my honor.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
hit it, babe.
There you go. For fans out there, the Peacock, the WW, I don't want to call it the WWE.
Happy WrestleMania weekend, everybody!
Yeah,
sorry,
Pharaoh's having a meltdown.
Yeah.
Must speak about wrestling.
Must talk our bars, WrestleMania. Go ahead.
WWE came out with on Peacock a series called Evil.
And you sprung a boner. Because you loved it.
Love it.
You loved it. Go ahead.
And we'll talk about it a little later on the show, but I was thinking to myself,
Oh, God.
evil, like wrestling evil. And I was struggling to come up with wrestlers who I thought were evil.
Like On-screen characters or off-screen?
No, on screen. You can't do the off-screen stuff,
There's
right?
some obvious
yes.
ones. On-screen characters. Oh, go ahead.
WWE evil. So we talked about real evil.
That's not WrestleMania. I want to talk about WrestleMania. All right, talk about your documentary.
Episode 1 is Hogan.
Okay.
All right?
Wait a minute. The name of the show is Evil?
Evil. Yes.
And the first one is about Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Okay, go ahead.
So when Hulk turns bad, right?
Evil?
It's actually really, but again,
like Dracula, Frankenstein, Michael Myers evil? What sort of evil are we talking about?
What does evil mean to you?
Evil to me is nefariously, dastardly, and scares out
Right.
of me. Hulk Hogan never scared out of
but
me.
not like this is, but this is more of like the documentary is fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
But it's more like bad guy. It should have been called bad guy.
Bad guy.
Yeah,
that would have been better.
Right. Not
instead of evil.
Right. Evil's like evil.
Yeah, but does evil has a ring though? It's more marketable than bad guy.
Well, it's pretty marketable. But anyway, I recommend episode 1. The Hogan one actually brought me to tears because it was such a wonderful,
Dude, Hogan
wonderfully
farting
done.
would bring us to tears. We
Okay,
love
great.
Hogan.
Episode 2, which I'm gonna rate, it's The Miz.
Yeah. The Miz is evil?
The Miz,
with
'cause-
that stupid show with his wife? That is so not evil. That's ridiculous.
That episode is like,
Hi,
okay.
I'm evil. Wait. You're not evil.
Well, you know, he's been a bad guy a long time.
So what? I've been a bad guy my whole life. I'm more evil than him. The Miz is not evil. That's terrible.
Episode 3. So anyway, the Miz
awful.
one I recommend.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
good.
It was
But
okay.
why is he evil? Why were you convinced? So wait a minute.
I
Were
wasn't
you-
convinced he
Were
was
you
evil.
convinced Hogan was evil at the end of the Hogan one?
If you were comparing him to some of the other ones, I was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna be shocked who I really thought was evil. But
Okay. All right. All right. But you didn't necessarily walk out
I
and
didn't
go,
walk
wow,
out
he's
going
evil.
Hogan's evil. No.
Okay. So
I walked out going Hogan had
This
one
third
hell
one-
of a career.
Yeah, of course he did.
I walked out of the Miz one saying, you know what? Got to
Yeah.
give the guy I always looked at him as a little bit of a joke.
Right,
But
of course.
he's more than a joke. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's done a great job.
He's
He
been
has.
an ultimate bad guy.
He
evil?
has.
Hell
Yes.
no.
No, he's not evil.
Episode 3 was Sasha Banks.
This I don't understand at all. What is so evil?
Here's
about
what I
Sasha
understand
Banks?
about Sasha
With
Banks.
that tushy, there's no way she could
There's
be
no evil in
There's
Sasha
no evil in that
Banks.
tushy, and I say that. from
ESO says Miz does not deserve an evil show.
Yeah, what is
It's true.
that?
That is true.
Yeah,
Sasha,
Sasha's tushy. I'm stuck.
I didn't
get
like.
past
I
it.
didn't like the Sasha.
Why is she evil? Explain.
She's not even evil. It was just slut.
Was it when she picked
because
on
there
the
was
Bailey
some
fan
kid,
or something?
There was some
the
kid.
Bailey fan.
Yeah, the Bailey.
That's the
yeah,
Bailey
yeah.
fan. Wow, that was so evil.
It
of
was
her.
like, you know.
She's evil. I don't understand. All right.
Then were the Brothers of Destruction.
Okay, now we might be getting at least a little somewhere on character.
Right.
We've got The Undertaker and Kane, the brothers from the pits of hell.
Right.
Okay, fine. I'm going to give that one a pass.
You're gonna give us some evil?
If you don't give it to Undertaker and Kane, what are you
Really
looking
not
for?
evil, though.
Satan himself to come out in a dog collar
But
match?
again,
with
when I
Vince?
see the Undertaker, when the Undertaker first came out, they
Wait a
showed a
minute.
lot of.
dog collar match, Satan versus Vince.
Oh my God, that'd be very.
That match would be fire.
But the one thing you forget when the Undertaker came out, we were older. But the kids' faces that they filmed, those kids look like they were the brick.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I forgot
So
about
maybe
that,
there
too.
was some evil there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll recommend the Brothers of
Yeah,
Destruction.
they're evil. Yeah.
Then came Randy Orton.
Legend killer, yes. Well, I'm thinking about
ESO says worst episode, Undertaker and Kane. I'm going to go with Sasha on that.
Interesting.
No, I'm going to
No,
go
that's
with I'm going with Sasha on
That's
that one.
fine. There's got to be. How about the reasons why they thought that was the worst episode? I'm interested.
I actually Sasha. Loose Cannon says Sasha's a bad girl.
She's a bad.
She is bad.
No,
She's
yeah,
bad.
That tushy. This
Tushy.
I'm trying to
Use
keep
the
it
word
clean.
tushy. Jeff,
for-
do you use the word tushy?
Hey, I'm trying to keep it clean, folks.
All right.
He used it. Wait a minute, Heine. How about that? That Heine. This is really. No, not pooper,
Ew,
scooper.
gross.
What are you gonna do? What's next? Dumper? Well, what a dumper.
That is good.
The dumper is terrible.
By the way, I got a problem. I'm going
I
to ask the
don't think
fans
of
out there.
dumps when I
Could
think of-
someone tell me, and maybe you can, wrestling expert.
I am not
When
a
did
wrestling
everybody
expert.
start using the word? That was a banger of a match. Like everybody's
Don't
new
you
word
know
is
what that-
banger.
you
What
know-
is that?
Don't you know where that comes
No,
from?
where is it from?
That's from across the pond, and now these dopey Americans have
I
decided
hate
using
it.
it.
Oh,
Shit.
that match was a
And
banger.
I'll tell you why you hate it, because everybody's jumping aboard something that belongs in England, because it sounds great coming off of their tongues, and it sounds right coming
Oh,
from
so
them.
you really do know the origin of banger.
It's the English, and I dig the English. Let them do their thing, and leave it out of your vocabulary.
that
okay?
match was a banger.
Yeah, you know, when they call it a banger, yeah, it's cool. But not, oh, that match was a banger. Shut up, Evan.
Oh my God.
I mean, what the frig, bro? You know?
Oh
Hey,
my God.
Anyway,
man.
go ahead.
Stop it.
Randy Orton. Okay, can we get back to Randy Orton evil?
So there's a point where Randy Orton, like he's.
Do you remember what he did to Bray Wyatt's house?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that was evil.
hear me out. At the beginning, Randy Orton's is normal. He's talking, but he puts himself into character, and he shows you how he gets himself into character.
Randy Orton's a psycho.
So Randy Orton,
He's a
again,
psycho.
very good episode. It was a very good
he's
episode.
closer to evil than any of these people.
No,
in
I'm
real
going to
life.
tell you, no.
Oh, here comes the kid, the breadwinner.
The
Here comes
breadwinner.
the truly evil one.
Stephanie McMahon.
Why am I not surprised?
That was evil.
She'll get you and your little dog too.
Oh, you ain't kidding, dude. And the best thing about the documentary, you watch Stephanie's breast grow. It's like
during the episode.
During the
What,
episode.
she's sitting in a chair and they're like,
No,
"And
not
then
like that."
I remember-
no, no, but it's like
I would love that. No, frame by frame, slowly I turned, step by step, inch by inch. Hey, put those breasts away,
How
cameraman.
far are you gonna make a
You're
breast this
fired.
big?
What?
How big
yeah,
is
they
the
should
breast?
be like, over the boulder shoulder holders. What?
oh my God, stop.
I think
Oh,
it's over
my
the shoulder boulder holders, but that's another story. Anyway,
They actually should make
What?
a documentary on Stephanie's breasts,
They
like
should.
year by year.
You know what? Each one would take at least 2 hours. You could have a left breast documentary, 2 hours, and a right breast. And the left and the right disagree extremely. They have
God.
different takes because it's the left breast and the
And then it ended up.
Never mind.
Then it ended
Go
up
ahead.
with Roman Reigns, which ended up being a very
Roman Reigns
popular.
is evil?
I gotta tell you, dude.
What's evil about a guy who overcame leukemia and is a family man behind the scenes? The only ones were Undertaker and Kane as far as their well, Stephanie's played a pretty evil bitch over the years. So why was she so evil? Like what made it? Besides her ever-growing boobies?
They went into the origin of it, like where
Her boobies
she was
or her?
she was going to be sacrificed by the Undertaker, and then Vince came out. And,
Okay.
But anyway,
Is this when they crucified
let's
Austin on that?
let's break it
that was
into Roman
terrible.
Reigns.
What?
Roman Reigns
Yeah.
now, in my
All right, go
opinion, is in the top 5 greatest pro
You really-
wrestlers in history.
You really have lost your mind with Roman Reigns. What's going on here?
You
He's
disagree?
clearly no. I don't disagree with it because it's your opinion. I think that Roman Reigns is the greatest of the WWE generation that he's been with. He's obviously the greatest. He's been.
Oh, by the
booked
way,
greatest.
Davio doesn't like banger. He
Had the
prefers
most success.
slobber knocker. Slobber knocker.
I
like.
love Slobber Knocker. I always like Slobber Knocker.
Oh, ESO. Oh, you know, I forgot about the Ric Flair one.
Oh,
The Ric Flair one
he's
was
probably more evil than all of them.
dude, this was just like it was like a documentary of
Yeah,
the wrestler.
what is
It
this?
wasn't like, I don't know, the Ric Flair one.
probably
It was
loved them
good.
all.
I like Flair documentaries.
What
Flair's
makes you sit and watch
weird.
one documentary after another?
Can't stop.
What is it?
I love it.
Wow. I've
I
been
love
that way
the
with the
history
old
of
Garden and
wrestlers.
Spectrum matches lately. I just sit and
That I
binge
don't
watch
understand.
Garden and Spectrum matches from 40 years
Watching
ago.
Baron Mikel Cicluna. I mean, come on, dude, really?
Hey! I got
With
my...
his roll of
He's hiding
quarters.
his
Dude, how did we even like wrestling back then? What was wrong with us?
What?
What was
A
wrong?
lot was wrong with us, but look at us now.
That's a major problem,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, it's rough. All right.
All right, so I'm going to hit you with this, Mr. Wrestling Expert. You
Would
ready?
you stop calling me that? I'm
When
just
you
a-
think of evil wrestlers,
Yeah.
give me a real evil wrestler.
Look, growing up, the really truly evil ones were the ones we didn't get to see. Because remember, we would get the magazines, and you would leaf through these, and you would look at guys you can't see. I thought Abdullah the Butcher was an absolute murderer.
That's good. That's a
You
good
know,
one.
looking at Abdullah, the original Sheik, every time covered in blood. Abdullah covered in blood. These crazy matches that these guys would do. A loose cannon like Maniac Mark Lewin, I thought was insane. You know, it really depended. Honestly, the early days of Kevin Sullivan, I thought he was damn evil too. You know, the early days of Kevin. Before it got real big,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
guess
like
you're
he
right,
was like
dude.
Kevin Sullivan in Florida Championship Wrestling before he was a household name, you know, in the wrestling circles. Man, oh man, was he evil.
Dude, Luce is bringing up a good point.
Yeah.
He says Flair's an egomaniac and,
Yeah.
and is out of control.
Sure.
We were talking about that
Sure.
over dinner.
Sure.
I agree, Luce. I think Ric Flair is really proving that he might be a real dude in real life. Now, we had Baby Doll in here. She seemed to have adored Rick.
Yeah, can I sound jaded? I
Good.
really don't either way. I mean, to me, it's just as long as we never find out that he murdered or raped or whatever, he wanted to be a wild man and other people did wild things with him and around him, that's his rock star life business. That's how I see that. Ric Flair's a rock star. I cannot expect to be offended by extreme stories. If I hear something about Mick Jagger, it's not going to stop me from listening to Get Off My Effing Cloud.
Rick Howard says evil equals Sullivan.
Sullivan was the man. when it came to evil.
Yeah, but now we know him, and it's like
I love him as a person. I think he's great.
Like I can't see him as evil anymore.
He probably sees me as alcoholic evil after the last time we had him in. Man, was faced. Anyway. Oh, boy. Oh,
802
boy.
says, yeah, Madden really had a lot to say. I heard that earlier today.
You know what? Just for the record, too, Madden. All right?
Why?
I don't like Madden. I've always thought he's a big, fat blowhard. Hilarious that I'm saying that. Huh, folks? Me, The Pharaoh. But I think he's a big, fat blowhard. I never liked him as an announcer. I thought and he was very fortunate to do a podcast with Ric Flair. Now he's going to talk. Shut the.
Well, Rick treated him.
Well, that's the way it goes. Maybe he was a douchebag to Rick. How do we know? I'm going to side with the fact that he probably irritated out of Ric Flair. You know, but that's just me. I could be wrong. If so, I apologize, Mr. Madden.
Phil says
not a
Richard
fan.
Morgan Fleer disappeared long ago. Ric Flair remains.
Right, of course.
Davio says most evil manager, Gary Hart.
Gary Hart was so
Gary
evil.
Hart was
Gary
evil.
Hart was great.
He was evil.
He was a big dude, too. You realize how big
yeah,
he was?
he's
Like
a big dude.
6'5", and a tough guy, too.
Kevin says the Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, that was evil.
Does it? Both Stone Cold and Stephanie were sacrificed to Taker's logo.
Yeah, man. Remember
lame,
that,
dude.
It was stupid.
It was,
It was not. And you know what's funny?
So
ECW did it
stupid.
so much better with a $1 bill, with Sandman and Raven. I mean, I'm serious. You know, you can have all the production in the world. Those crucifixions were not only insulting; they look stupid.
By the way, Madden on
Yeah.
Flair, you know what he said? That Rick doesn't talk to Triple H anymore. Doesn't talk to Shawn anymore.
Interesting.
Doesn't talk
Who
to
said this?
his son David.
Because I'm not
anymore.
so sure
He doesn't talk to his son David anymore.
Really. Why?
How does a father not talk to his son?
What is he mad about his WCW character or something? You were awful. Woo.
Oh my God!
David Flair was terrible.
What does that have to do with his son?
Nothing. I'm just saying he was terrible.
You're gonna defend. You're
I'm
gonna
not
defend
defending
Flair.
Ric
You're
Flair.
defending Flair.
Well, you know, no. Why am I defending Ric Flair? And how do you know he's not talking to David? What is this anyway?
That's what Madden said.
Hey, good Lord.
All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining
Here's
us.
what
We want to
Madden
talk
said.
about some upcoming events
What do we
on
got?
April 21st.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Oh, man.
In studio
No,
together.
this can't be real.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
This can't be real.
And Tito Santana
Arriba!
together in
Wow,
studio.
dude, this
We've
is-
had Tito in twice, and we've had Greg in once, but now we have them together.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that, and what do you feel? How do you think this interview is going to go?
What are my thoughts on the fact that we're putting together two of the greatest intercontinental champions who had one of the greatest intercontinental feuds when the intercontinental title truly meant something, that we're going to have the two of them together on the couch when no one does this? What are my feelings on this? Arriba! They're going to have some good wine. This is going to be good. And I'm not drinking this time, by the way.
You better not.
I am not.
Mr.
And
Wonderful-
you're not either.
Mr. Wonderful
Wise
says
guy.
Dynamite Kid was evil in real life.
Hells yeah.
He
Sure
was evil
sounded
in
like
this.
it. Sure sounded
Dude, I
like
cannot wait for Valentine's Santana.
That's
dude.
insane. That's just
That's like
absolutely
a
insane.
legitimate dream interview
You know
together.
what Greg Valentine means to me, and Tito has
Yeah.
been a good friend of
And
the
then
show.
May 6th,
No.
Jesse the Body Ventura in studio.
This is one of those things that I won't believe it until I see him walk in.
So Pharaoh always said, he always says he wants to interview Morocco because of me, because when we growing up,
You loved
Morocco, I love Morocco.
Oh, God.
Since Morocco's been on the internet so long, I kind of lost interest. And honestly, I lost interest in him way before that.
Okay.
But Jesse Ventura has always
love
been
Morocco.
in my top 5 favorites.
Sure.
As a wrestler,
Sure.
as an announcer,
Yeah.
I friggin' love Jesse Ventura. So for me personally,
This is
this
just about the
is-
top of the
this
mountain.
is
If
pretty
not
close.
The top of the mountain.
You know, the only thing that could top
This is
this is
really-
maybe Hogan.
Hogan would, for you and I, lightning could hit me in the parking lot afterwards. I'd be like, "That's cool, brother."
How do you feel about Ventura, though? You-
Interviewed Hulk Hogan. I can go now. Goodbye. You know,
How do you feel about Ventura?
I'm almost speechless when I realized that what we just said.
Oh,
That
Jason
we're-
Moaning says Jesse's toupee was in Running Man was evil. That was evil, dude. Jason, that's pretty funny, dude. That toupee was pretty
I
evil.
bet the toupee ran faster than the competitors.
Rick Howard, thank you, Rick.
What?
Rick Howard says, I'm going to read this. And Rick, thank you.
What is this?
Morocco's interviews are boring on that English guy's channel.
Pat Patterson is boring. Are you saying that Morocco?
Oh, Don.
Don't you start
remember
with
the
that.
time
Please don't do a
in
British
1983
accent. You're brutal.
where you had red shoelaces. What made you wear the red shoelaces? I got up one morning and my white shoelaces broke, so I bought some red shoelaces. Don, that's so wonderful. Thank you. And then that stupid wave music plays.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whatever. And also on May 6th, we've got Coco Beware, who will be singing with Wisteria Hall.
You in the wrong tune!
I personally want to thank Matty Ice for his diligence.
Matty!
And yes, and for
gets a
all
round
he's
of
done
applause.
for this show.
It's just been a blast being here, seeing all the passion. So,
I bet you'll never look at pro wrestling the same way again, huh?
no, definitely not, definitely not.
Or ever.
No,
right.
I think pro wrestling I'll see around now. But like, I know a thing or two about that.
You know a thing or
I would
two.
think you know if
Well,
you've
Matty,
you've met a
it's-
few
it's-
people.
It's been our honor, and we want to thank you so much for all you've done. Jeff, you're now manning the ship, so we're going to allow you to send us out and say something to the fans
Ooh,
out there.
Take us out.
I'm.
Jeff.
I mean, this is his job, not my job.
Oh, no, tonight it's your
Tonight
job.
is
it's
your
my
job.
job.
Take them out.
Take us out.
You've been listening to Monte and the Pharaoh, right here on Indie Music TV, and later.
We did it.
Yeah, look at
Later.
that.